The Central Bank of Nigeria has reportedly directed deposit money banks to remove the rate cap on the Naira at the investors and exporters window of the foreign exchange market. This, the CBN said, is to allow for a free float of the national currency against the dollar and other global currencies. The development, which comes days after the suspension of CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele by President Bola Tinubu, means buyers and sellers of foreign currency in the official forex markets are now allowed to quote rates they find comfortable in the forex market, as against the previous practice where rates were dictated by the Central Bank of Nigeria. First, what does floating exchange mean? It is a regime where a nation's currency is set by the forex market through supply and demand. In other words, when the fixed price was removed, the market decided that the dollar should trade between 664 Naira and 775 Naira, not the initial 471 Naira previously quoted by the CBN and the I&E window. What does this mean for the black market? Data from the FMDQ exchange showed that trading at the I&E Forex window on Wednesday opened at 473.83 per dollar before closing at 664.04 per dollar, yielding a total turnover of $193.33 million. To put it simply, the demand at the black market is expected to reduce and the prices should appreciate significantly. Now, talking about business owners, how does this floating exchange affect them? For entrepreneurs, changes in exchange rates affect their businesses in two main ways: by changing the cost of supplies that are purchased from a different country and by changing the attractiveness of their products to overseas customers. The Naira float could have positive and negative effects. A free market could cause fluctuation in imports and exports, putting into consideration that the Nigerian economy is highly dependent on imports. Hence, an increase in the price of import means a hike in the prices of such goods and services at the local markets. At this time, the most important thing to do is to stay informed of the level and direction of the exchange rates that matter to your business. Is there a likely chance that banks will be affected by the Naira float? Well, a float in Naira will either be a blessing or a cost to the banks. That is, it could be an opportunity or a hazard. If banks hold money in dollars, a Naira appreciation could negatively impact them, but opportunity-wise, it could bring better and bigger investments. And for the everyday Nigerian, floating the Naira against the dollar would mean the discouragement of the dollarization of the Nigerian economy, whereby we see businesses such as schools and some service providers who want to be paid fees in dollars. For most Nigerians, not a lot would change because a majority of goods and services were already priced at the black market rate of 750 Naira to the dollar for about a year now. In summary, depending on who you are, where you work, and what you do, the Naira float will have direct or indirect effects on everyone living in Nigeria. For example, I like to understand the impact on inflation and the long-term effects on the Naira. Does this mean the dollar will be more available and accessible? When I do find my answers, trust me, you will be the first to know.